Hey, what's happening? Hope you guys are feeling great. I'm Team Kills, and what I like to do is make gaming easier. And this video is about Dauntless's newest Umbral behemoth, the Thrax, and the weapons and armor. Now, not the weapons and armor that you get from the Thrax, which are pretty freaking sweet, but the weapons and armor you're going to need to beat the living daylights out of him. Now, the amps that you choose along the way will really help, but that's a separate video, which I will have for you guys. But this is about us, the Slayer. So let's pretend that we got the absolute worst amp that we could possibly get, or we haven't unlocked the good ones yet. Now, the very first thing we need to do to get ready for this fight is to think about our armor. Now, the only other Umbral behemoths in this game are the Night Stalker and the Shroud. Now, for cell slots, the Shroud armor is way better than the Night Stalker armor. It's also way harder to get than the Night Stalker armor. Now, I have a guide out on both of these behemoths. If you're having any trouble with either one of them, these guys will make things much easier. And I'm not just saying that so I can say my stupid easier thing like I like to say. They're actually really good. They will help. Now, here you can see it's one build that I built from these two behemoths, just to show, what it might look like. I've had success with this build. It's not my favorite one though. Now, when we think about weapons, the legendary weapons are the best, but if you don't happen to have any, then our next best thing is to use light weapons. Now, the only other light behemoths that are in this game are the Valmir and the actually, I'm not doing it again. This thing. These are the two behemoths you can get light weapons from. Both effects are really good. Now, I haven't done a guide on the Valmir because, well, it's Valmir. It's a teleporting rainbow beetle that just stands still, so go to where he is, hit him until he's dead. But as for this thing, the one with the name problem I have, I think we end up calling it Juniper Spice Rainbow Sparkle Dragonfly. I can't remember. But anyhow, I got a really good guide on this one that'll help. You might get a laugh too. Now, when it comes to weapon choices, the weapon that you're the absolute best with might be your best choice, but you'll see me using the chain blades a lot because I use the Reaper's Dance special as a dodge. Now, if I'm in attack mode, I tend to use it differently, a little bit more like this. But Reaper's Dance tagged with Momentum's Blade mod that you can get from Miss Lady Luck, it is a deadly combination. But not for the Thrax. I use it as an extra dodge that costs no stamina, and I can also attack at the end of that dodge. But honestly, in my opinion, I feel like the Punch Gloves, the Aether Strikers, are the best for this hunt. Tempest Form and Karma Breaker work together almost too well. Titan's Clap hits every single part of the squirmy little bastard, and the Boop, I hate that term, it sounds stupid to me, knocking the behemoth on his face with the chain blades. The timing is of course the best or the easiest, but it's pretty easy with the Aether Strikers as well. Alright, thanks for hanging on to the Thrax, finally, which isn't as scary as he sounds and looks. Unlike the other escalation bosses, he's got a safe zone. Kinda. Now, the Thrax is very active, but the area you want to try and be in is right in front of him, face to face. I know it sounds stupid, but he's got two different squirmy attacks and a tail swing attack that hits behind him. If you start attacking him from the side, he'll bat you away instantly with his claws. He likes to stick his claw into this void and he attacks the furthest Slayer away. He also has a corrupted void spit, or get this acid. All those attacks will miss you if you're right in his face. And when I say miss, I mean miss. You don't even need to dodge them. Now, when it comes to his forward and 360 degree attacks, those you're going to have to dodge, but you can see them all coming. When he jumps, you dodge. When he does his whale, Shamu, splash, stand up thing, dodge. When he gets ready to do his dash attack, actually, you should get ready because this is an unstable attack. You can take advantage of this move instead of having to dodge, or you can just dodge. Now, getting eaten, that move comes really fast. Like, you can see it coming, but good luck dodging it. Now being eaten sucks, technically, I guess, by definition, but it's not that bad. It doesn't really hurt until he finishes digesting it, and that takes a really, really long time. And while he's digesting you, he just sits there in an unstable state, and the rest of the team will just pile on him and knock you out. And when I say knock you out, it's literally you out of him. It rarely knocks him out. You'll be there ready to fight. So when you come out, start attacking or start dodging again. So the Thrax is a lot faster than the other escalation bosses. It's also a lot smaller than the other escalation bosses, but when it becomes Aether charged, it's a lot more dangerous than the other escalation bosses, because he gets a whole set of new moves. Now one of the worst attacks in my opinion is when he starts running around the stage, leaving corrupted firewalls everywhere. Now this technically is an unstable attack, so we can stop him. Good luck with that, but if you don't happen to stop him and he mines the entire field with it, you're supposed to dodge through the fire. I do see people jumping over. I've had bad luck, bad timing with that, but this is how you get around them, 2 ways. He also starts to do a lot of teleporting when he's Aether charged. Most of the time, you're just gonna have to stay on your toes. But this is also when we get the opportunity to ride the worm, I guess. Now, after one of his smash moves, you're gonna see him roll around on the ground like a baby. This time, he'll leave an Aether vent right beside him. This is when we run over it, and then we're off, or on. Now this works just like all the other rodeo rides. You will fall off when you run out of stamina, or when he knocks you off. Now you also get a chance to see this little white flashing thing on his head. This is telling you to jump. He's about to try and knock you off. Jumping also refreshes a chunk of your stamina bar if you're not wearing the Skull Forge, which you pretty much should be. Now, to be honest guys, you really don't need to mount this behemoth. Like, the Malkaron is super hard to hit, period. The Togedoro can be beaten in just over 2 minutes if you stay on his back for the entire fight, which is really possible. But the Thrax, you can hit all his parts right from the ground, no matter what weapon you pick. You should almost treat him like a normal behemoth, except if you're using the Malkaron's legendary weapons. When he starts to teleport around, it's dangerous to use your legendary ability. Weird shit starts to happen. Anyways, this is the normal or the usual build that I'm normally using for this run, mainly because I build for the Shroud. In my opinion, the Shroud is still the toughest Umbral behemoth in this game, which I'm okay with. Now, I will very soon, or I either already have it out, depends on when you're seeing this video, I'll have a best amps video out, and when you add those tips and these tactics together, this behemoth becomes pretty easy. I got a video out already showing how me and 3 randoms, or 3 randoms and I guess we're all the randoms to each other, but either way, we beat this behemoth in 1.5 minutes. So he's pretty farmable, which is great. It's a chance for us all to get his legendary weapons, and these things are awesome. So if there's anything I missed, any questions you guys got, just let me know in this comment section. We'll try and get to that. So thanks for hanging out to the end. I appreciate that a lot. If this helps, join the team of killers. Become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's the only way we could talk. Keep it easy. And remember, just keep gaming.